Hi guys, welcome back to Automobile Infos. Today we are going to do the cost analysis of driving an EV over a 500-kilometer long trip. So as you know, I did a trip from Mohali to Amritsar recently and it was 5 passengers with an almost fully loaded boot, and this is how much it cost me. So I left home with 80% state of charge. We're leaving today and you can see that the charge is at 80% and 436 kilometers of range is shown. This is enough to go one way direct, but we're going to stop for charging. And where are we going to stop? That stop is going to be 175 kilometers away. You'll see that I've put McDonald's here, but there is a Mahindra charger there which is 180 kilowatts, and I really want to try that charger. One thing that I observed very initial is that chargers are really hard to find. So one charger is listed on one app and not on the other. So it becomes really hard to coordinate where each charger is. For example, Mahindra's own chargers, I could not find them on Static or PlugShare or Google Maps. So I had to search for this charger at the Mahindra app, which is terrible at finding chargers. Then I picked that location, found something close as a landmark. I found McDonald's, and then I searched that in Google Maps. I know that I could have easily transferred that navigation to my car directly from the Me4U app, but I just didn't want any doubt in my mind, and I do trust Google Maps more than Mapples. You can also set Google Maps as the default map in your Me4U app, but still I just wanted to double check, and that's what I've done. Stay tuned. I'll see you at the charger, and I'll also tell you how much battery we consume. So we reached the Mahindra charger with 42% SOC remaining. You can see I'm using the 180 kilowatt hour charger. You can see it's taking 150 kilowatt of power right now. Let's see how high this goes and how much time it takes. And I drove for about 175 kilometers and we reached the Mahindra charger, which was 175 kilometers away from my home, with about 40% charge remaining. So I spent 40% charge in 175 kilometers. That gives you an approximate range of 400 kilometers. When we reached the charger, 3 guns were occupied and 1 was empty. Then when I tried to plug in the charger, the Me4U app was not working. It continuously showed an error that the QR code is not available. So when you plug the gun into your car, you can actually touch the screen of the charger and it will show you a QR code. Then when you scan it from your Me4U app, the app will actually know that which gun you've plugged into, the cost, the power, everything. But the QR code was not scanning. Then it said that it will send an OTP to my mobile number, but that never happened. So I had to switch to Static. Thankfully the charger was listed on Static and the app was also working. It's pretty easy with the Static app. You just need to put money in your Static wallet and then you can start charging. Where you take out the gun from the machine, it is written gun A or gun B, and when you plug in the charger on the Static app, it will show that the gun is connected. So that's how you will know that which gun you're using. So I spent about 862 rupees on the first charge and we charged to about 82% SOC. So that was a gain of about 42% in 862 rupees. This was inclusive of all tax and everything. Then we reached Amritsar with about 71% remaining. So the remaining 45-ish kilometers was done in about 12%. Second day was city driving and I did not charge the car at all. We just drove around like that. And the speeds maintained were less, obviously. The third day, we were on our way back from Amritsar and we stopped again at the same charger. In total, you can say that after charging at 80%, like when we charged to about 82%, there was about 65 kilometers of city driving the next day, 40 kilometers of highway drive the day we charged, and then 40 kilometers of highway driving on the third day. So that was about 140 kilometers of driving, and we reached the charger again with 40% charge remaining, about 40 or 42%. So that was about 40% charge in around 140 to 150 kilometers. That also gives you an idea on the range. And then when we reached the Mahindra charger at 40% SOC remaining, I charged for about 600 rupees. This time I didn't even bother to try the Me4U app. Again, used the static app and topped up the charging, and we reached 70% SOC, so we gained about 30% state of charge. The pricing per kilowatt hour was about 20 to 21 rupees per unit, so that gives you an idea of that as well. We reached home with 30% SOC remaining, so if I had not charged at that charger there, then I still would have reached home just with 0%. Since I was with family, I did not want to take any risk, and we were actually playing it a little safe when it comes to chargers. Why we chose the Mahindra charger was because it was super quick and I actually wanted to try how well it works. The charging experience in itself was awesome other than the Me4U app. The charger is super quick. We actually used 180 kilowatt on both our charging stops, because when we actually plugged in the car, fortunately the other car just moved right out because it was done with charging. These both were just about 15 to 16 minutes of stops, and we gained 30 to 40% SOC each time. So all in all, I spent about 1400 rupees in this 500 kilometer trip. Now if we actually look at the costing of driving an ICE vehicle, I will actually do the calculation right now and just let you know. So given that I left home with 80% charging, charged 40% at the first stop, 30% next stop, and then I reached home with 30%. That tells me that I consumed a total of 120% charge. And if we take the 79 kilowatt hour battery pack, then that is approximately 94.8 kilowatt hours consumed. Technically it costed me 1400 rupees. But I think that to actually tell you the real cost, we should take 94.8 kilowatt hour and then actually see how much it would have costed if all of that was DC charging. Because if you're really comparing it, then the charge that I left home with, that was also consumed, right? And I know that charging at home costs significantly less, but even if we take it all DC charging and 94.8 kilowatt hour consumed, and we take 21 rupees per kilowatt hour, then that comes to a total of about 1900 rupees. You can say that it is 2000 rupees. And if we take similarly for a diesel car, say the 7XO for example, and we did a 507 kilometer trip on that, take the mileage as 13 kilometers per liter and diesel to be around 100 rupees because the pricing has increased so much, that comes around to a total of around 3900 rupees, so closer to 4000 rupees. So driving an EV actually costs you exactly half of what an ICE car would cost. If I actually look at it objectively, then I just spent 1400 rupees on this trip, whereas on an ICE vehicle I would have spent around 4000 rupees worth of fuel. So driving an EV is definitely cheaper, although it takes a little bit more planning, just a little bit more patience. I'll actually attach all receipts in the video so that you can see for confirmation. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped. Subscribe to Automobile Infos for more such content. In the next video, I tell you all my observations, the suspension, the comfort, AC, range, everything will be covered in that video. So stay tuned. Comment down below if you have any questions. I'll be really happy to answer them. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe and have a happy journey.